Let me know. Thank you and welcome back. This is ESL Summer Institute 2021. This session is titled Gaming the Grammar, presented by Robert Diaz. I am a teacher at Conrad High School, have been an ESL teacher and English teacher for many, many years. I have been teaching at Conrad for a few years, and now this session was brought to you by our teacher leadership cohort this year. Please feel free to look at the mission and vision statement, where we assure that the goals, the vision and mission statements are executed, particularly with regard to research and a focus on diversity. Okay, we are going to review a data software app used to promote linguistically responsive skills, and through limited discussion, we will review data used to promote the improvement of conventions in the secondary classrooms. In our research, we looked at a problem. Students need to increase the knowledge of grammar language conventions in order to improve reading and speaking of the English language to rigorous levels. The solution in this research was students will learn and routinely use the Noredink software application with such frequency as to improve reading and speaking of the English language to rigorous levels. Now, I want you to take a look at a question that we routinely address in our ELAR English professional development. We mine the data and we address these types of questions. And this is the type of feedback we get from our specialists throughout the district. That is great, considering the blueprints do address those inferencing skills, very higher order, which we should be improving upon. You will look at the blueprint, the number of questions that address these higher order thinking skills, but look at the number of questions that are given to such mundane tasks as inserting a comma, constructing a sentence without fragments, with a view towards spelling and punctuation. These are the conventions that are tested on the Texas State test, the STAR, and you will look at those. Those do support the writing component, which is the higher order skills. The writing is the higher order skills, but if we do not pay attention to those conventions, then they do affect our students' ability to process, to go into the higher, more rigorous levels. I want you to take a quick glance, a gallery walk toward questions on a recently released TaxStar. Notice the types of questions that are asked with respect to verb tense, commas, spelling, capitalization. These are tested to a certain degree on the STAR as well. What are we doing to prepare our students to get good at these conventions? So we know that note-taking and handwriting notes is a time-consuming process. We know that it is prone to error. Handwritten notes are perishable and need corrections. So we want to leverage the power of computer software to address these needs and to promote students learning to take initiative. Now, while some have said that there are certain areas in language teaching in which the computer simply isn't applicable, welcome to Noredink. I make the disclaimer that I am not paid by the company. I am not getting paid to promote this product. It is simply one of the ways that one of the apps that I use to address this deficiency in conventions. Let us look at, for background, 30 seconds of this app in action. You will see that it is, this is the application used in the teacher research, and I will play 30 seconds of it. And if that doesn't come up, I'm going to play 30 seconds of, I'm going to change the share. Oh, play.
Welcome to Noredink. Our site is designed to help you differentiate instruction in grammar and writing, while also tracking your students' progress and keeping them engaged. We generate curriculum using their personal interests, so that whether they like Harry Potter, The Hunger Games, Beyonce, or Bruno Mars, their exercises are interesting and relevant.
I point that out that we take that these questions make reference to characters, figures, historical figures, or pop culture figures that the students know because they choose these figures according to an initial setup, which is very quick. And we know that students, we've learned from research that students that make a connection with their content are more likely to engage in the learning. On the teacher side, there are software tools easy to use and easy to master.
A planning diagnostic will allow you to group students into performance bands, noting class strengths and weaknesses, and recommending the best places to focus. Students will notice right away that instead of multiple choice, they can drag in punctuation, click to change things in the sentence, throw out what they don't need, and capitalize or uncapitalize words. If a student makes a mistake, we give him a clue. If that's not enough, we generate another hint. And if he's still confused, we show him his exact error, give him a model of how to build a similar sentence, and then generate a different question with the same structure, so he can practice until he understands the concept.
Thank you very much. So by practicing, but what is important about this app, what I believe differentiates it, there is a huge gaming component to where the students feel like they're engaging in a game. It's outside of the scope of this. We are just about out of time, but Noredink was founded by a teacher who was national board certified, but he, after grading 15,000 papers of student work, said, we have got to do something better. So he decided to leverage technology to help students become stronger, confident writers.
Welcome to Noredink. Our site is designed.
So how do we know?
Mr. Diaz. Oh,
yes.
Sorry. I was going to say, we had a question in the chat about, do you use the free version of Noredink or a paid version?
I will address that at the very end, but no questions in 2019 to 2020 involve any premium subscription. I will address 2020 to 2021. No premium. No, our school has paid nothing to use this program. While the ISD implemented this, they went premium. Their results are stated here very quickly. You can take them, but I want to go and look at the demographics of Wiley. Very similar and comparable to Dallas ISD. I will hit the highlights in that they were able to show through research, through their data analysis, that there were twice the gains for economically disadvantaged students in the time period reference, which is very recently. There were 50% gains for students of limited English proficiency or English language learners, and 20% gains for students with disability. These are all, this data is all publicly available in the public domain. With a Google search, you can find it. In terms of Conrad High School for 2021, I was paired with another high school to avail ourselves of those premium questions, but very rarely did I use the premium version. It came very late in the year. We're talking about maybe March. So most of this was in the public freemium model. And you can see that 75,000 questions were answered by the students at this school to which I pertain, broken down by questions answered. You can take a look. What appeared were the questions that are addressed on the Texas State Test, the STAR. You can see that 14,000 questions were building complex sentences. The rest are punctuation, tens of thousands of questions addressing these targets that are tested. By teacher, you can see that Mr. Diaz's students answered over 30,000 questions in this school year. Now, to address it to how it compares outside of Texas, a Colorado district implemented it, and they were able to assess that every 10 percentage point increase in the use of Noredink questions correlates with more than 1 grade level improvement on the MAP, the math. Okay, now I wanted to end with looking at last year's figures. Look at what we addressed last year. Again, no premium content was used. Look at the targets that were used. Common stuff such as commas, capitalization. We're able this year to talk about thesis statements and evidence, so it does get more complex if you want to go into the premium features, but there is a lot that is available for free. Take a look. On the free version level, Mr. Diaz, the students along with 3 other teachers, answered nearly 100,000 questions. Now, take a look at the time that was done. I'm wrapping up, punctuating with this, that if you look, when did the students get sent home? They were sent home in March, but look what happened. The activity continued. So as we said that our solution had to contain had to involve students actually using the program or engaging in the work independently so that they could improve their writing skills. Again, all of these were on the free subscription. These are 2019, 2020 figures, because we at Conrad High School take our studies seriously, but when it comes to grammar, it's game on. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you so much, sir. Linda has ensured that the links back to our bit.ly are available. We've got about 3.5 minutes before the next session.
I'll take questions if anyone's keen to ask a question, or you can put it in the chat if you would like. You can also write me at my school email address. You'll find me, Robert Diaz, and that will provide you. These are my students, by the way, that you see, and they are engaged in the app. That is an expression of our students. They can be serious and they can be gaming. I have a minute left or 0 minutes left. Actually, thank you. It's been quite a pleasure. I will turn the share back over to the host and I will stop sharing.
Excellent. So this session will close. We'll click that link from the chat to then select the next session. Basically, we're just going to hop into a different Zoom meeting.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Yeah.
Okay, Robert. Take care.